Good afternoon, good evening, good afternoon, good evening. This is Fernando Ramirez from Los Angeles, California. Great to have you all here today. We are going to get started with our training. We're going to train on the revenue sharing plan of MWR. So this is a conversation that is being projected in our Zoom, and also it's going to be recorded in Facebook Live Diversified Cash Flow. Of course, we want everyone's participation right here, right now. So what I would do if I were you, I would send the invites to everyone that you want to have them get trained tonight. Okay, we are gonna have the best of the best. Get excited or stay broke forever. Dr. G.W. Parker, famous saying now written into a book. Dr. G.W. Parker, good evening. How are you, sir?
If it gets any better, Fernando, I won't be able to stand it. Thank you so much, sir, for allowing me to share this space with you. Hey, I found out something quite interesting today. The platform, Amazon, allows us to track the sales of the book. Guess what? We've sold more Spanish versions of the book than even English.
Whoa.
Amazing.
Hey, you know what? We love the title in Spanish. It sounds pretty impacting, pretty energetic, and I think it's creating so much curiosity that people are being questioned. So we've sent out the invite to a lot of folks. So it looks like our Spanish teams are definitely promoting it. More than
Absolutely.
the
And,
English.
and I'm grateful for that. So that just makes me want to work harder to become fluent with the language of Spanish.
Well, it's an honor to be able to represent, the magnitude of the Spanish population and English speaking. Obviously, for some reason, when I read in English, it's fun. I love the engagement because when I came to the U.S., Dr. G.W. Parker, I came at a young age. I was 11, so I was forced to learn English fast. So when I started to read books, when I started the business world, my first book that I bought was Think and Grow Rich. It was in English.
Yes.
So I got kind of accustomed to that. But then when you add a little flavor in Spanish, you're like, okay, it has a taste, but it's a little different taste when you read the books. I mean, they're both exciting, books to read, English and Spanish, but the energy flows a little different in both languages.
Interesting. Quite fascinating, sir. Hey, I'm
Yeah, I
excited to
guess.
be here with you tonight to get into the reason that we all do what we do is to generate some serious income to create the life that we desire to have. It's about freedom, and that's what the money gets you, really. So it's never about the money, it's what the money can do for you and what you then are allowed to do for others. So we're going to dig into this revenue sharing plan tonight, which excites me. And I'm convinced, Fernando, and this is just me speaking for myself, that the revenue sharing plan, in my opinion, is the best part of MWR.
Well, Dr. G.W. Parker, in 31 years, I agree with you 100%, because we jumped on board. Just a second. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, when we jumped on board, the first thing that we were looking for is a platform that had similar service to the practice company that we worked for 13 years, but we were looking for something that would not only have similar services, but that would surpass in a way the system works. But most importantly, as you alluded to, the compensation plan to us was something that I was paying very close attention before I started to promote. I needed to see what the compensation plan held, and I wasn't sure. I was kind of confused when I saw a guaranteed daily income. As a matter of fact, as we talked about this, Dr. G.W. Parker, I'm working with a young lady, and she goes, "How can that even exist in sales?" I said, "Exactly. You know what, the same question you're asking yourself," I told her. It's what really caught my interest. So I needed to be convinced to put the compensation plan to work to be able to see what that guaranteed income meant. So Dr. G.W. Parker, it's an honor to work with you tonight so we can put this together, with our ideas and obviously the experience of what we have been able to have done with the this incredible compensation plan throughout the future years that I've been here. You've been here longer than I, so you have been able to enjoy this guaranteed income a lot more than I have. So, let's jump into the action. Ladies and gentlemen, the compensation plan only makes sense when you take action. Okay? So if you look to the left here and we read this section over here, action step. First, we're going to talk about the show up test. And we got the show up test. The leaders that are here tonight, they're already passed the test, Dr. G.W. Parker, which is the show up test. That's
Yes.
the initiation step to start to energize your activity to take massive action. So we ask that you invite your team partners and prospects. The ones who show up are the runners in your team. Commitment is proven through attendance and promotion. And that's why we promote events to be able to see who is ready to join us and participate in this incredible revenue sharing plan. So Dr. G.W. Parker, let's get right into it. That Make Wealth Real revenue sharing plan, training, and ideas. Remember, the blueprint looks good, but if we don't take action with the blueprint, it's meaningless because it's only documented. It looks good on paper, but it looks greater in our bank accounts. Okay, so once you see what's on paper in your bank account, is when the excitement begins to take place because, as Dr. G.W. Parker alluded earlier, it's not about the money. It's about the freedom and the peace of mind money gives us. Correct,
Yes.
Dr. G.W. Parker?
You're absolutely right, sir. And that's what we work toward, no question about it. But you're transitioning into something here that really excites me when you talk about building your business with a system, right? And we look at these startup companies years ago, Apple, Google, Amazon, Harley, Disney, Mattel. I mean, and you look at the picture of Jeff Bezos there, who actually started out with an idea of only wanting to sell books on Amazon. And isn't it amazing that I'm now in business with this guy, selling my books on his platform. Had he not come up with the idea, but the beautiful part about what he's been able to do is expand that beyond books. Anything that you can ever imagine having, owning, wanting, you go to Amazon, you can find it. But well, here's what's fascinating, Fernando. Amazon doesn't make any of these products. Amazon basically is the host for all of these vendors who have products, and they've created a platform that you and I or anyone in the world can access to get that vendor's product. It's amazing. And these guys get a piece of the action on every sale, millions of dollars per day. He's one of the richest men in the world as a result. But you think about the number of people that may have laughed at him when he talked about the idea of selling books online.
Exactly. And you know what? I remember one of the pictures that I saw when he was starting, researching a little bit of his background. He was standing in a garage with a bunch of books, as you alluded to, and that was the initiating idea. So let's talk a little bit about MWR and how we compare that to MWR, how MWR through the process has been adding more services in the platform. And I'm pretty sure, Dr. GW Parker, we're not going to stay over here. There's going to be more services that are going to be added, but we got to find that the one that really breaks the ice with everyone that they feel connected to say, this is going to be like the main dish, right? And I think that what we have so far is amazing. But as we continue to grow and evolve as a company, it's going to happen exactly the way it's happening with Amazon. There's going to be so much within our membership that it's going to be just an incredible way to be able to expose what we have. But it's when the company started, Dr. GW Parker, if you can take it back when you joined, what was the main hot service that really took off with the membership?
Well, I mean, everything that we have now, none of that was in place compared to where we were when we started, right? So the core services were credit restoration, debt elimination, and our tax negotiation strategies. That's pretty much what we rolled out when MWR first started 8 years ago. And that was the
Wow.
draw. Those were the compensation plan was nothing like what you see right now. None of those things were in place. The bonuses were not on the table as you see them right now. Honestly, it's easier to grow this business now than it was 8 years ago. All of the add-ons, everything that we bring to the table now has just enhanced our ability to attract more people.
I love that, Dr. GW Parker, because when I look back and I started it at the beginning, I saw one thing that changed for car payments. And I'm like, oh man, this is starting to sound a little bit about, the company pays your car and the company pays this. I said, I don't want to go over that again here, to be able to do something to be able to earn a car payment, because I know how that works. Okay. But then I saw the change when they said, no, we're going to let you choose to do whatever you want to do with the money that we're going to pay out. I was like, whoa, that changed. I remember that transition. So, and the reason why I bring this up, Dr. GW Parker, is because we see these companies here and they have done and continue to make lots of changes at all times. And what I've seen in the 3 short years that we have been here is the compensation plan has improved drastically. And obviously, you have been able to experience that yourself as well.
Oh, no question about it. I mean, again, the bonuses that are on the table were not in place. None of this stuff that we're doing now, as it relates to revenue sharing, was in place. And everything that they've done as it relates to the adjustments being made regarding the revenue sharing plan has put us all in a better position and have put more money on the table.
Wow. So now let's talk about more money on the table, but let's give that food for thought. Money on the table only means you got to have the right mindset to build it. And by having the right mindset to build it, the money on the table sounds good to me, but it's going to require daily income producing activities, everyday assignments, which is conversations. I've changed. I don't know if you've seen Dr. GW Parker. I am online. I'm recording stuff, but I kind of stepped away for a little bit. I've been in my lab working on my dialing. I went back to my phone and Dr. GW Parker, I kid you not, you leave so many people out that you haven't talked to for years.
Wow.
You go back to them, and I'm actually starting new conversations with people that I haven't talked to for years since I was in the practice company. And I said, what have I been doing? Exposing myself on social media and leaving out the people that I could dial. So now that I'm dialing people, I'm waking up new projects that are about to sign up. So these people I'm having conversations with and having a dialogue, but this is basically where everything begins, the mindset. Okay. So if something isn't working the way you expect it to be, we got to make the adjustments. So once we have made the adjustments, I've been in my lab, which is my room. I got my gym here on side of me. I work out here from my room. I normally drive to the gym. I haven't been to the gym, so I says I'm gonna set that from my desk. I'm gonna do my workout here in my room. It's big enough to have my gym here. Okay, get back on my seat and continue to grind. So I'm telling you, the compensation plan only makes sense if you establish the conversations every single day. My wife is a witness. I'm doing a list before I go to sleep where I put 20 new names on my list so I can dial the following day. So last week was very aggressive on that. This week is more the conversations from last week's activity. So the list that I have for this week is taking me a little longer to call them because I'm working with the seeds that I planted last week. I think I put up maybe about 150 names. So I'm
Wow.
about to sign up a bunch of people. They're going to jump on board like in the next week or two, Dr. J.W. Parker. Why? Because of what you're seeing right here. The mindset, daily income producing activities, everyday assignments, which is conversations. All right. So Dr. J.W. Parker, let's talk a little bit about when you started and once you really start to take off, what were some of the things that you started to do? What were the assignments when you really got the hang of it? What were your assignments? What were you doing daily to
Well,
be able to go
listen,
full time?
much like you were doing. I was actually scheduling appointments. I was on the phone, reaching out to people, forwarding them information to review, whether it was a short video or whether it was a conversation, and it worked every time. From that, even when I was working, I was meeting with people for breakfast. Reviewing the program. Basically, as an old Amway guy who used to say, I was drawing circles, right? And that's what I was doing. I was putting a plan in front of people, and then I'd take like extended lunch breaks and I'd schedule appointments. I'd meet with people, meet them for lunch, and lay out the program. And then in the evenings, I'd go and set up more meetings or either speak to a group of people that we had put together to do the presentation for consistently every single day. And before you know it, it blew up. Just a handful of people caught the concept, understood it. 2 years later, I was able to walk away from a $65,000 a year job to do this full time.
And that's exactly what it takes because the way you're treating your business right now, if you got other activities that are responsible for your income, the way you treat your business right now, it's basically there's three ways, right? You do your business spare time, which is, oh, I remember I have the MWR business. It's called the spare time activity, which is no production at all. Or you can do it part time, okay? And by doing it part time, you can do it part time without having a full time mentality, or you could just do it part time with a full time mentality. So I think when you really got the hang of it, just the way I did, is I was part time too. When I was hustling, doing my plumbing, Dr. G.W. Parker, I made the decision. I had a truck. Once I finished my plumbing, I had a white shirt, black pants, and a clip-on tie right in my truck. I said, if I don't have appointments, I'm gonna go hand out 20 business cards before I get home. And guess what I did? I started to do that every single day to create enough activity for me to be able to close one policy because I was selling insurance, right, in a company. So I says, if I can sell a policy a week, I'll generate XYZ amount of dollars. And I did that. Once I focused in doing that with discipline, I started seeing myself firing my boss. I saw myself quitting. It gave me more energy to do it. Why? Because I was engaged. I was in love with my passion of quitting my job every single day. In 16 months of activities like this, what you're seeing here, which is the mindset, I was able to fire my boss too as well, Dr. GW Parker. And I went full time, never looked back. Okay. So that's the key. Now, let's role play for a little bit. A simple conversation. Don't go out of this type of conversation because if you try to explain too much, you're not going to have enough time to make plenty of calls. You got to keep it short. You got to keep it brief. Plant the seed and just do this process. Make it yours so you can sound, natural, like it's you. So let's work the list, Dr. GW Parker. Let's assume I'm a part of your, one of your contacts in your list, and I'm one of those guys that is always looking for a hustle, a little side hustle, and I'm ready to take your call.
Oh, absolutely. Fernando, hey man, how are you?
Is this Dr. GW Parker?
Absolutely.
Well,
It's
we're,
been a
we're,
long
we're
time.
friends. Is this Gerald?
Yes, it is, man. It's been a long time. How have you been?
Hey, brother, how you doing, man? I'm hustling, working my butt off. You know what I do? Plumbing. I've been doing plumbing all these years, man. But I'm strapped with a lot of work. I got work on weekends. I work overtime. I work, around the clock. I need to put food on the table.
Wow. Wow. I know that probably doesn't give you much time to spend with your family.
It sure doesn't. But if I don't do it, who else is gonna do it?
Well, you're right about that, sir. It keeps you quite busy, but have you had a chance to take a break at all over the past year? Take a vacation, do something nice with your family?
Hey, God listen to you. If I were able to find something that can allow me to take a vacation, I would. But right now, I'm really struck with a lot of work. But I wish I could. I just don't. I just can't find the time. But I would
Well,
love to. If
Wow.
I could
So
just put more time into my family, I would love to do that.
absolutely. Well, let me ask you this. If I could show you a way to generate another stream of income without taking time away from your family or even what you do as a profession right now, would you be interested?
Sure. How do you do that? I mean, what am I going to be doing?
Well, I mean, let me tell you a little bit about what it's about. The opportunity to make more money, keep more of the money that you make, and have your money work for you.
Really? Does that even exist?
Absolutely, sir. It does. Listen, I want to send you a video to review. Very short, only 6 minutes, and I'll call you back as soon as you're done with it. I want to get your response as to, what you think about what you saw and heard.
I'd love to. Send it to me right now. As a matter of fact, I've been praying for something like this, man. I'm just sick and tired of just working too many hours for too little money. If there's something that can allow me to free up time to be able to spend more time with my family, I'm willing to take a look.
I think I got what you're looking for, sir.
Wow. Perfect. Send it to me. Right. How many of you can do that? But the thing
Anybody
is,
can.
right, anybody can do that. But the thing is, do it intentionally and quit thinking about what they're going to think on the other side of the phone. My wife is a witness, Dr. G.W. Parker. I've been making these calls with these simple conversations. And you know what people are telling me? Fernando, it's not a coincidence that you're calling me.
Yep.
I've been praying for an opportunity like this. I
Yep.
kid you not, Dr. G.W. Parker. I kid you not. And I'm like, what the hell have I been doing? Working the business different than when I should be doing it the way I should be doing it. Now, do I have rejection? Do I have people that don't answer the phone? Of course, but I don't have time for those. We only have time for the ones that say, I've been looking for something like this. And we can only get through those by going through the law of large numbers. So if you're
Listen,
not willing to really grind this business with intention to get someone to agree with you on the other side of the phone, you're not working this business hard enough.
no question
You
about
sure
it.
are you sure not, right?
Well, you can't get to the yeses unless you go through the no's. So we know it's a numbers game. And like you say, the law of large numbers are always going to work in your favor. And the example that I always use, if you knew that you could talk to 100 people about this opportunity, and out of those 100 people, 10 would join your business, would you be willing to talk to the 100? And this is where most people drop the ball. They're not willing to go through the 100 to get to 10.
Exactly. And now I brought this slide, the next one that we're gonna see, because this right here is what we gotta think about. Okay. And then we'll do the connection, obviously, for a three-way call. Like today, I want to thank you so much, Dr. G.W. Parker. You were able to help Gilbert. I know that he's
Yes,
got a heavy hitter that he wants to jump on board with.
yes,
And I said the best person that can do this is Dr. G.W. Parker. He goes, that's exactly who I need, to help me with this three-way call. So it's this. This is the engagement, having the conversations. Gilbert has been very sick. We pray for him. I guess he had the flu or something, but he's been
yes,
grinding on the phone. He's been doing his part because he likes what he sees. He likes what he's doing. He's like to see the residual income every single day. Now he's, working on his fundable 360. He's excited 9 yards because he's engaging the conversations with people and he gets more excited every time he talks about it. So let's get into this. Oh, I thought I put it here. All right. We'll talk about the system. I think it's in the next page. Sorry about that. Now let's talk about our back office. I think I know it's important that we have the systems that we start to do the implementations. When you go to your back office, you go to the tool section, toolbox section, and really work these sheets right here. Okay. And the thing why the reason why I put this out is because if you don't have direction to do the business, you're not going to do the business. When you go to your blueprint and you click on the training tab, there's documentation. We've been talking about the documentation. I don't know how many of you guys are really doing it. I'm doing my documentation and I created a follow-up sheet where I can track who I'm following up with. So the documents that you want to have ready to be able to share with your sponsor leader is the interview form, which is in your back office. And then the first round of prospects that you're going to put. And the
right.
other one is, the activities, the assignments that you need to do to be able to accomplish your momentum bonus, the compensation plan, and the membership. These documents, you need to print them. Now, if you ask me, would I do it again? I did it once, but I don't need to do it anymore because I know how to function. The only sheets that I have is the prospecting sheets. Everything else, I already did it. I keep renewing my prospecting sheet at all times. So I go to the back office, I grab it, I use those sheets, and then I use my own personal sheet that I made to follow up. Okay, that's one sheet that this training needs, a follow-up sheet, what the responses have been, who has said what, where they're in. So we're going to talk about this to Mr. Andamo Tolson, so we can add a sheet like that, because that sheet is cool. It shows you exactly if you send the video, if they have watched it, and if they haven't, right? So you can kind of track that down. So this right here is important that you do. Okay, so once you do it, you have something that duplicates, because if you're not willing to do these assignments, how can you duplicate an effort through documentation? It's not going to work. What are your thoughts, Dr. G.W. Parker?
No, you're right. We know that duplication is the key to success, but what I love about what we've done is that we've created a roadmap for you. We've given you the tools that you need to succeed. This fast start success system is pretty special, Fernando. I mean, it lays it all out. It gives you everything you need. If you follow this and use these tools, that you're guaranteed to succeed. And these guys just didn't kind of come up with an idea of creating a system. These systems have been tried, tested, and proven, and they work. And if you follow it, you'll get results. But you've got to be willing to, share it with others on your team and teach them to do the exact same thing. If that process of duplication catches fire, there would be no stopping your growth in this business.
Exactly. And that's this is how we track things down. And this is basically where the conversation begins between you being the new qualified marketing director and your trainer and your leader. See, the more you're engaged in documentation like this with your leader's going to begin to see exactly how he or she can help you. Why? Because your document, we're talking about the fast start interview. Right here is where your emotions go on the fast start interview. You
Oh,
see the
yeah.
two people sitting across each other? Is you
Yeah.
and your mentor. This conversation should be on a quick Zoom, 30 minutes. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I received your document. Man, I see you want to make some money. You want to fire your boss. I see what you don't like about your job. So then now we can create the blueprint and we can put it to work together. We can practice, we can role play. All right. So this is important right here, because this is the foundation of the income revenue sharing plan. Okay. Yeah, I didn't. So I put it after this right here, Dr. G.W. Parker, and then I know why I put it here. So
No
let's get
problem.
right into this, Dr. G.W. Parker. Let's understand the benefits, which is the 13 benefits of our MWR revenue sharing plan. I love when you explain it. I get light up when I hear it all over again, like I'm starting. So go right ahead, sir.
Well, listen, this is why we believe MWR is the perfect business. We're going to give you 13 reasons why. And this is why we're having so much success. And that's why I really want people to focus on the benefits of what we're doing here. One, you own a business that can pay for itself. Think about that. How many businesses do you start that you have the ability for that business to pay for itself? The average business takes anywhere between 3 to 5 years before you make any profit. And most businesses don't make it to that third year mark. So the fact that we have a business that can pay for itself, and now here's the biggest benefit for me. What we're building, I want you to understand this, is not in vain. What you're building right now is willable, it's sellable, it's transferable. So guys, keep digging, keep working, keep building, because you now have something that you can transfer, ownership to a spouse, your children. I mean, it's willable. So we want to talk about leaving a legacy. We've got a chance to do that with what we're doing. But number two, be your own boss. Who doesn't want to dictate the terms themselves? Be in total control of their life. I do, and I know everyone else does. Number three, the ability to control your time and income. That's what we want, and that's why we do what we do. We want time freedom. We want to be able to control it ourselves. Number four, work from anywhere. Doesn't matter where you are. You got a cell phone, a laptop, that's all you need. And you're off and running with success in this business. Number five, tax reduction. All right. The ability to reduce your taxes. Why? Because you own a home-based business now. There's no qualifier as to what kind of business. You have a legitimate home-based business, so you qualify for the tax deductions that are available to businesses. 400, I mean, the list is long as to the number of tax deductions. And you think about the way tax laws are structured in this country, who are they designed to favor the most? Business owners. So we can't beat them. Let's join them, become a business owner. Number six, we have the ability now to stay ahead of inflation. How do we do that? Because we're making more money. Number seven, we're going to accelerate our debt elimination. How do we do that? We're generating more income. And also, number eight, the ability to accelerate your investments. Because you're generating more income from the revenue sharing plan, we can put the investment on the fast track. And also, number nine, here's exciting. I mean, this is what the ability to accelerate your retirement. See, who says that 65 is the year that you've got to retire or the age that you've got to retire? Listen, it's only a number. It's not based on your age, it's based on your financial position. So if you can create the right financial position at 35, then you retire. I mean, when you've got investments that are taking care of your quality of life and giving you the life that you want, I mean, that's what it's all about. So that's when you retire. Now, number 10, getting paid every single day. Fernando, before MWR, I've never seen an opportunity in this space that pays you every single day. Number 11, immediate income. Now, here's what I mean about that. If you're in this business right now, you join tonight and you send a video or make a phone call to a friend and share this opportunity with them and they join tonight, guess what happens? You get paid tonight. That's the beauty of it. And you've just put yourself in a position to take advantage of number 12, residual income. Do the work right one time and get paid on it month after month after month. But now here's the best part about what we do. Number 13, leverage. We don't have to do it alone. You always hear Fernando Ramirez say you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. But guys, you find a handful of people that see this concept the way you see it. You lock arms with those individuals and you hit the ground running. The sky is the limit. There's no limit to what you can do with this revenue sharing plan. Guys, that's 13 reasons, 13 strong reasons that you should seriously consider being a part of this incredible opportunity with us.
Dr. G.W. Parker, I like everyone's participation and I love to see the leaders that we have here, because each and one of you guys are leaders. I want you to put in the chat, okay, these 13 reasons. If they really light up your fire, put a fire emoji. If these 13 reasons and benefits light up the fire, put a fire emoji, okay?
Fernando.
Because you are the handful that we're looking for. That's it. By putting those fire emojis, your participation is crucially important because you are those few ones that are looking for these 13 incredible, perfect, ways to run your life through a multiplication of other people seeing exactly these 13 benefits. I call it the 13 benefits of a perfect financial life. All right. So
Fernando.
based on what we're seeing here, Dr. G.W. Parker, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but before you leave this page or leave this slide, I want to also challenge our audience to pick which number draws you. Which one is the most attractive as it relates to this opportunity? Is it number 13, the fact that you can do it with leverage, you don't have to do it by yourself? Is it the residual income, number 12? So what's your number? Is it number one? Is it number two? Which one of these is your favorite number? What is the thing that attracts you most about MWR or this opportunity? I can pick several numbers, but if I had to choose a favorite number, Jameson says number 3, control your time and income. I like that one, sir.
Nice.
That would probably
Nice.
be the strongest point for me as well.
Same here, number 3. Wow, it's good. I mean, everything looks so good, and it's like a menu, right? You're seeing it in front of you. You don't know which one to choose. It all looks good, but definitely, I would choose number 13 too, leverage.
Heidi says number 3 as well.
Okay, right on. Excellent. Hey, start dreaming. I mean, because this is what it takes. You once you start dreaming and you set yourself for success, be careful with those inner conversations.
Yeah.
Because when you start working the list and your prospects and your contacts, you got the fear of who's going to say what. I mean, am I really going to be heard? Are they going to pay attention? If you start having those conversations, you're not going to take off. You really got to close your eyes, pray, thank God for a minute, and say, I know that through these phone calls, someone is waiting to hear my proposition. That's how I talk to myself. I know through these phone calls, once I have my list in front of me, there's someone right now praying for this opportunity. And you know what? I have experienced that. Martha, my wife, is a witness of what I've been doing this past 2 weeks. Okay, is working the list, and she hears the conversations. Sometimes I'm sitting there making the phone calls, and the conversation is exactly what we're talking about now. So
Wow.
you don't know who's going to be the one. You just got to do it. All right. So the numbers. Anyone else put more numbers? What number's your favorite number? 3. Excellent. Haiti. Awesome. All right. So we got leaders participating. Now let's go through this right here. This is why I put it here. All right. As much as we want everybody to hear, it's not gonna happen.
Nope.
You're gonna have a lot of critics. They're gonna turn you down. They're gonna turn your proposition down, but you're not here for the critics. You gotta face them. It's inevitable. Inevitable. You gotta face them. They're in the list, and they're probably gonna be higher than anyone else, but they're there. And then they're the talkers. They're gonna do a little bit. They're gonna say rah rah rah. We're gonna conquer the world together, and they're quitting next week. Okay, so those are called the talkers, and they ended up canceling their membership. You are for the doers right here. The only way to find a doer, you got to become a doer.
Yeah.
See, if you don't become a doer, you're gonna be drawn here with critics. You're gonna draw with them, and they're gonna take you back to zombie land because they're all a bunch of zombies, complaining about their finances, life is not working, and they're happy complaining, and they say with so much pride, like, I'm broke, I'm not doing well. So you have to really step away from that circle, because that's the biggest circle you're gonna have to learn to face. Okay, so eventually you're gonna get closer to the talkers, right? And you don't want to be there for too long either, because the talkers are gonna get excited with you for a very short time. You're here to find other doers like yourself. And the cool thing about what we have, Dr. G.W. Parker, how many doers do you need in your team? Really doers that really go out it, and they don't care about the critics, the talkers. They only care about the doers. How many doers do you need in your team, in your front line, to explode to $15,000 per day?
I'll take those 3 right there. That's all it
3.
takes. That's all it takes.
Exactly. 3 people. But in true reality, Dr. G.W. Parker, in the time that you have been in MWR, have you come across critics and talkers?
Oh my goodness, a ton of critics and a whole lot of talkers, and only a handful of doers. But that's why we play the law of large numbers, and we have to play the numbers game. We don't have any choice. You've got to go through all of those people to find those doers. But yes, the critics, man, they're on the sideline still today, and just shooting the opportunity down. They call it a scam, a pyramid scheme, all kinds of stuff like that. A lot of negative talk. You cut all that chatter out, and then you got a lot of people that talk. They want to live the life of their dreams, and they talk a good game. But like you say, they'll join and then quit. But the doers, those guys who stick it out, who stay till the end, and they won't quit because they know this: winners never quit, and quitters never win.
Dr. G.W. Parker, I want to thank you so much for not quitting, man, because see, I came here 3.5 years ago. You could have chosen, right, to kind of say, I'm building it, I'm doing okay, but no, you've been standing strong. You believe the process, you believe in the concept. So when I came in 3.5 years ago, you were already in the business for how long?
The 3.5 years ago, yeah, I was in the business 5 years at that point.
So imagine, listen to this story. If him and I would not have met, I don't know. When I met Dr. G.W. Parker, I go, this is the guy. That's what I'm saying. Don't quit, you guys, because leaders are looking for leaders.
Absolutely.
Doers are looking for doers. So there's doers, my upline doer and the downline doer. We're both doers. Once we agree on the terms, we're gonna get to work and we're gonna roll up our sleeves and we're gonna go through the critics, the talkers, until we find more doers. So today, I know for a fact, Dr. G.W. Parker, that we have a bunch of doers here today.
And I want our audience to understand, Fernando, also, it's worth sticking it out, because when you find that doer, your business can explode. And as we already showed you, it doesn't take a whole lot. But I want to tell a story with Fernando. When I 4.5, 5 years prior to him coming, I had made it to a five-star executive director, right? So the next rank would have been regional. When you showed up and you brought your army with you, my business exploded and I became a two-star regional director. But your efforts, again, I told you, it's leverage. You don't have to do this by yourself. But that explosion. So I could have quit before then, and never had the opportunity to meet Fernando Ramirez and never had a chance to explode my business. But that one person took my business to a totally different level.
Wow. Listen to the story. That's why you never know. And you want to go through the numbers in bunches so you can find those doers because like I said, like you said, Dr. G.W. Parker, winners never quit and quitters never win. So you got to learn those phrases because I want you to think about this because there's going to come a lot of times in your thought, you know what? This is kind of hard. I thought it was going to be easier. And you got to remember what you've learned today. Oh, wait a minute. I'm becoming a part of the critics. I'm criticizing my own self. I'm not good enough. Or maybe you were a doer to an extent and you're kind of like, I don't know. And you're going to take a step back to becoming a critic. No, don't criticize yourself. Don't let that become a disease in your decision.
Mm.
Remain the doer. Remain the doer no matter what. Do whatever it takes. Show up on a training because that training can definitely light up your fire. And all of a sudden, you can remove the critics, the talkers, and stick to your doing activities until you find other doers like yourself. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
It makes a lot of sense, sir.
All right, so let's go right here, Dr. G.W. Parker. Now we can talk about the compensation plan because now you're going to put it to work. Whatever it takes to find your first customer. So, Dr. G.W. Parker, what's the formula of our compensation plan so we can start really hitting the ground running?
Absolutely. First, we've got to get qualified, right? So, as a qualified marketing director, here's what you got to do. You got to enroll as a marketing director with your own MWR membership and enroll someone else as a personal customer or member. All right. When you do that, you just pretty much you're active and qualified and position yourself to start generating income.
Right. So you heard one customer outside of you. Now, what does it take in order for me to achieve, a profitability where I don't pay my monthly membership?
Well, listen, 3 active customers allows you to waive, MWR will waive your ongoing expense of $149.97. You don't even pay for it anymore at that point. We talked earlier about how you can get cash positive and this business pays for itself in a very short time. So you're earning $50 on everyone that you sponsor. So that customer that you sponsored to get yourself qualified, you made $50 on that person. Now you're in a position to make $50 on everyone else, whether it's a qualified marketing director or a customer, but 3 active customers, and your membership is free.
I do want to congratulate Haiti because she hit the ground running. She structured her team and then she brought customers. She's got way much more than the 3 customers that are required. So she's got some expert tires. We call that expert tires because if someone cancels, she's still not paying. So congratulations,
Absolutely.
Haiti. You're leading by example. You're showing the way that you're getting your membership services for free. I mean, this is incredible.
It is amazing, sir. I mean, you think about it. And if she didn't have the 3 active customers, she'd be out of pocket that $149.97 per month. But the fact that you've got those 3 active customers, it pays for itself, and they waive the ongoing expense of $149.97. It's amazing.
Exactly. Now let's talk about profitability after that because I want to keep my profitability. I don't want to be paying my membership. I want to make sure that I keep my profitability for 100%. But in case I don't do that, I still don't want to pay. What's another way for my membership to get paid?
Well, you go out and find 3 business partners. And then again, once again, it pays for itself. It's costing you $149.97 to cover the cost of the ongoing membership, but with 3 qualified marketing directors, you're now generating $5 a day. That's $150 a month. You're still at a point where it's a wash. It pays for itself. Your business is basically self-funding. Now, once you do this, you think about it. One, $200 in customer and QMD sponsor bonuses, $150 30-day momentum bonus, another $150 a month in residual income. Your MWR business and membership are now self-funded and profitable while also earning your first rank promotion to executive director. You've just gotten in the game in a major way.
Now, when you learn to do this, just so you know, this is exactly what you're going to duplicate. Now you have a story to share and say, listen, this is how I became an executive marketing director with the company. I found 3 partners, I found 3 customers, and this is how I did it. If you learn to do that, this is what's going to begin to happen.
Wow.
You're going to begin to duplicate yourself, right? Now, the next stage is to be able to convert those 6 in front of you, 3 customers and 3 directors, to 12. So you're already halfway there. So now by being halfway there, you just got to go out and help your team find the additional 6.
Yeah.
So you're covering 6 memberships yourself. You're going to get now between you and those 12, either through customers, they're going to refer you people, or through marketing directors, but you can get to 12 easily, right, Dr. G.W. Parker?
Absolutely. And look at what 12 does. Pays you $20 a day, $600 a month. Show me another compensation plan in this industry that allows you to do that with only 12 people on your team.
Exactly. And now the perfect plan is what we see here. We wish we had a magic one to be able to find the first one a heavy hitter, a second one heavy hitter, a third one heavy hitter. We wish this would be the perfect math, but in true reality, math is something that you got to take control of, because if you don't take control of it and these teammates don't take off to 4 each, you're going to have to do the work yourself.
Yep.
If you have already done 6 yourself, 3 customers and 3 marketing directors, you're halfway there. You're controlling the compensation plan. So Dr. G.W. Parker, I know there's a differentiation in the momentum bonus. And say, for instance, from 6, I grow to 12. Okay, now the 12 would have to be marketing directors for the momentum bonus, correct?
You're absolutely right. Yes, it would have to be.
But for my $600 a month, do they have to be marketing directors besides my first 3?
No, sir. $20 a month, $600 a month is yours, sir.
Exactly. So the residual income will still pay out.
Yes.
But if you want the momentum bonus, you got to structure it right. So you got to bring, marketing directors and customers. So you got to build the structure accordingly and appropriately to be able to liquidate the momentum bonus. But when it comes to the residual income, it doesn't matter. The residual income will continue to grow, even if you stay with 3 marketing directors and you bring 32,997 memberships, customers, you'll still generate $15,000 per day. Okay, because you control and dictate the compensation plan. All right.
Please say that again, because I really think people miss this. I mean, with 3, here's the qualifier: 3 qualified marketing directors, 3 business partners. All right, 1 outside customer. Yourself counts as the second one. All right. Now, from that point forward, I could build 33,000 customers alone and max out this compensation plan.
As long as you hold 3 marketing directors, 3
That's
qualified
it.
marketing directors.
That's it.
Because some people say, well, I don't know about the network marketing space. Don't worry about it. You don't have to build the network marketing. Just bring 3 qualified marketing directors and bring all your customers.
Yes.
Bring all your customers all the way to $33,000. I love this compensation plan because on other companies, Dr. G.W. Parker, people would have to rank up.
Yep.
And sometimes they would go on the turtle pace. I was like, geez, man, I gotta go find somebody that wants to really rank up with me. Right here, you don't have to find anybody that needs to rank up with you. You rank up yourself by either customers or marketing directors. It doesn't matter. The company will create the structure for you to liquidate your residual income. And that's what we're here for. I like the bonuses, don't get me wrong, but I came in here for my $5 per day all the way to $15,000 per day. That's exactly why I came in here.
Wow.
Okay. Again, the bonuses are great to build it, but this passive walkaway income, and I'm pretty sure, Dr. G.W. Parker, if we ask everybody loves the residual income.
Oh, absolutely. No question about it. I mean, month after month after month, day after day after day, you're getting paid with the possibilities of making $15,000 a day, well over $5 million a year. And you can drive this thing as deep as you want with customers only. Once you get your first 3, it's insane.
That's it. Exactly. Remember again, please, the critics are going to be out there. The talkers are going to be out there, but you're looking for the doers. Okay. The compensation plan is driven by the doers. The compensation plan is driven by the doers. So build your list of contacts and grind the list of contacts as hard as you can. And you don't have to do it for your entire life. Do it for a good 3 to 5 year game plan. How about if worst comes to worst, Dr. GWR Parker, it took us, 5 years, 10 years to be able to get to $1,500 a day. You think it was worth it?
$500,000 a year? Absolutely, sir. Because
Exactly.
you look at what the average person does as it relates to income. There's not many people that have the ability to generate that level of income. I mean, you think about it. Even if it took you 10 or 15 years, $500,000 a year?
That's insane.
Yeah,
That gives you a lifestyle. It would change your zip code, the kind of car you drive, the kind of clothes you wear.
everything. That's right. It does, my friend.
And this is,
Wow.
I love it, is residual income. It's not commissions.
Right.
Lots of people make money, hustling commissions all the time. They're always chasing the big commission.
Yep.
Right here is residual walkaway income. All right. So let's keep on going, Dr. GW Parker. Explain to us a little bit about, structuring it perfectly where we have a combination of directors and customers.
That's why you want to take people with you on this journey. You want to find some like-minded individuals that will sign up with you as business owners, become qualified marketing directors, because look at the additional money that's on the table. Now we talk about the momentum bonus. You've got those three QMDs, qualified marketing directors. You've got yourself as a customer and that one outside customer. You've just ranked up as an executive director, but now you've helped those three do the exact same thing. Now they're catching these bonuses along the way also. Now, because you've done that, sponsored your first three in the first 30 days, you've made 150, you made basically $50 on each one of those new business partners, but you've done it in 30 days. So you just captured the first round of the momentum bonus and you picked up another $150. But here's the thing. Let's duplicate that process one more time. Get in the trenches and help those 12 do the exact same thing. All right. They're picking up their 150, but look what happens to you. You pick up another $450. All right. Now we're 60 days into the business. So let's go for it all. You hit 36, the three-star executive director, you pick up another $900. Now you've just generated $1,500 one time in momentum bonuses. That's what's on the table. Now keep in mind, we've invested what, 249.97 to get started in this business. With 30, 60, 90 days in, we've just captured $1,500 in bonus money. This is pretty impressive, sir.
It sure is. I mean, this is what drives the compensation plan for you to make fast money. Okay, the residual income is going to obviously, turn to something very appealing. But while you build the residual income, this is the fast money you can generate in order for you to be able to start to enjoy walk away residual income, where you can say, hey, I'm making enough to be able to even make my car payment or even making half of my mortgage payment. Makes sense? So let's talk about now a 2-star. This is 12 memberships, ladies and gentlemen. You are a 2-star executive director. That means you got 12 memberships. Okay. Now, don't confuse customers here because this bonus is paid only by qualified marketing directors that come in your team. So the company will start running the clock. It ends every Sunday night to start Monday morning until Sunday night again. So the this little structure here looks a little different now. It's a little circle. If you go to your back office, there's going to be a little circle with a number 6. But
Yeah.
this is the way it's supposed to look. A total of 6 in 1 week. So Dr. G.W. Parker. So if I'm a 2-star executive director, $600 a month in residual income, I could generate another $300 every time my team and I bring a total of 6. Or does it have to be team, or I can do it myself?
No, you can do it yourself. That and listen, they give us the opportunity to grow it at the pace that we want to see it grow. So if your team members don't pick up the 6 to get you the $300, you have the ability to sponsor the 6 yourself. But this is about rallying your team because you want to get other people in this position as well. And then they're tracking it for you as it's happening in real time. I mean, the clock ticks, it lets you know how many you need. You've got 2. Now I need, 4 more. And once you get that 4th one, you only need 2. So you're running against the clock that ends at Sunday midnight. So you can actually in real time track this and see it happen. It's the most fascinating thing I've ever seen. But $300 over and above our daily guarantee, over and above all the other bonus money that you saw, this happens every single week as your team grows by the number of 6. And again, this is what your team is doing, not necessarily what you're doing by yourself. But if you have the ability to bring those 6 to the table within that week's time, there's $300 more that pays out.
You mean to tell me I make $50 per enrollment, customer or director, right?
Yes.
Now, I also make another $600 a month in residual income.
Yes.
And once my team and I bring 6 new team partners in a week, I generate an additional $300.
Yes, you
That's
do,
insane.
sir. That is insane.
It
Hey, these
sure
guys,
is.
they've left no money on the table, Fernando. They give us a chance to make it all.
Most definitely. That's why Mr. Brian House talks about that they pay out 80% of what the company brings, right? And they only
Yeah.
keep 20%. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's crazy money. I don't that's to me it's like they're keeping 20% and they're giving us 80%.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. I love
It
that.
is. It is.
All right, so let's take a look at the what this starts to look once you begin to grow. Remember, what you're seeing over here is only $5 per day plus what you have generated, registering customers and directors. So you generated that, right? So now you get your momentum bonus, your sponsor bonus, and additional to customer bonus. So this is what it looks like in the bottom. Your residual income is right here. There's no bank that is going to pay you this amount of money in return in a year time frame, which is
Yeah.
1825. And you can make that only by activating 3 marketing directors and 1 customer. That's 4 people. So if you want anyone out there to pay you this type of revenue rate of return in terms of $150 a month in residual income, you would have to have $36,000 invested somewhere at a 5% rate of return. You
Yep.
either have $36,000, put it to work at a 5% rate of return, you'll have the residual income right here. Right here with 4 people, you have the same. So what's easier, $36,000 to generate $150 a month, or having 4 people that you have enrolled? Dr. G.W. Parker?
I'll go with the 4 people, my friend. Seriously, because how many of us have $36,000 laying around that we can afford to let sit while it earns that interest? I mean, honestly, go get the people because they're there.
They are, definitely. All right. So when momentum begins to take place, this is what starts to change. Look at the numbers. Wow, from 5 to 20, right? And
Yep.
it's only 12 people.
Yep.
I would need $145,000 sitting somewhere at a 5% rate of return to be able to generate $600 a month.
Wow.
What's easier, $145,000 or 12 people?
12 people all day.
All right, now let's go to this is where we unlock the entire compensation plan right here. The company says the entire compensation plan is all yours. It's time to grow it. Now you have your residual income of $50 per day, $1,500 a month, $18,000 per year, and you've liquidated all the momentum bonuses, including the enrollments. This
Well,
compensation plan, Dr. G.W. Parker, is amazing. So now that I
listen,
have unlocked the entire money, what's next, Dr. G.W. Parker?
stay where you are for a moment, but think about this. $2,300 in bonus money and we're 3 to 4 weeks into the business. You're now a 3-star executive director. The dust is settled, the smoke is clear. You're guaranteed $50 a day, $1,500 a month. Guys, listen, this is what you shoot for. If you're just joining us and getting into this business this week, this is the goal for you. This is where you want to be. You're talking a total of 36 people on your team. We're asking you to consider sponsoring three business owners, and you get in the trenches and help those guys do the exact same thing. 3 turns into 12, right? 12 turns into 36 because those 12 will help their 3 get their 3. And look at where you are. But look at where you end up. Look at what you've made along the way. Look at the time frame of 3 to 4 weeks, and look at the guarantee $50 a day, $1,500 a month. And my good friend and your good friend Eric Wilton always says when we talk about the average Social Security income in the United States for someone who's already committed 30 or 40 years of their life hovers around $1,600 a month. It took them 30 to 40 years to get that. We're talking about doing this in 3 to 4 weeks.
That's crazy. It
Yeah.
is crazy. I mean, I love it because you control the compensation plan. You drive the compensation plan, and whatever it took someone 40 years to generate to retire with just 15, $1,600 a month of Social Security money, and you can do that. You can do this here in 3 to 4 weeks. This is unheard of. It's unheard of. Like Anna Rodriguez, she got to $73,000 in 3 months, $200 per day.
90 days,
I
my
mean,
friend.
lots of people work a lifetime to be able to generate those kind of figures.
Oh, yeah.
Not here.
Wow.
All right, so now we unlock this other compensation plan once we get to 36 memberships. So let's talk a little bit about this. This is more money. See, the thing about it is when you get to 36 memberships, you're going to start to see a tremendous change on your personal enrollments and your override to infinity. Go ahead, Dr. GW Parker.
Well, look at what you've done. Now you're qualifying for the legacy bonus. You just unlocked another stream of income, anywhere between 80 to up to $200 additional money as you sponsor people into the business. Now, we told you earlier, you're going to make $50 to sponsor every QMD, qualified marketing director that joins you in business. But because you're a three-star executive director, you're now going to pick up an additional $30. All right, for everybody that you sponsor. So instead of making 50, you're now making 80. But here's where it gets exciting. Now you get a chance to override that $30 on everybody that joins your organization, whether you sponsor them or not. So what happens when 10 people join your business times 30? 100 people join your business times 30. Yeah, listen, this is what you've just unlocked. And again, this is only the beginning. As you progress through the ranks, this thing pays up to $150. So as a four-star executive director, for example, you're making 50 plus another 40. So you're making $90 now on everyone you personally sponsor. As a five-star executive director, $50 for everyone you personally sponsor. Add another 50 to that. Now you're at $100 for everyone you personally sponsor. Fernando, it just gets better along the way.
It sure does. It sure does. Now let's put a scenario of an example right here. As a regional director and that's what it is. Yeah, a regional director and a three-star executive director on your team. So let's assume Dr. GW Parker is my regional director leader, and I'm not a three-star executive director, but I rank up now. I become one with 36 memberships. I'm gonna keep 30 to infinite. Dr. GW Parker, what are you gonna keep when every time my team pays me 30 for enrollments? What are you keeping from my enrollments of my team partners?
I'll pick up a 30 as well. See, here's the beautiful part about it. The $60 as a regional director, all right, that is the legacy bonus. It's going to pay out regardless. All right. So if there's nobody ranked up to at least three-star between you and all of that growth that's happening as the regional, you're making $60 on everybody that joins your organization. But Fernando now is a three-star executive director, so he's just unlocked his own $30. So MWR is not going to say we're just going to pay out the 30 because Fernando's qualified. Forget about his upline regional who qualified. No, they're going to split it. This is unheard of. They're splitting the legacy bonus. The $60 continues to pay it out. You know, we're just splitting it now. Fernando's picking up his 30 and I pick up my 30. Guys, this is unheard of.
It
Through
sure is
unlimited
because
levels.
exactly. I mean, because the objective that we have as leaders here is to be able to promote a lot of three-star executive directors so you all can unlock the compensation plan. And this goes back to the conversation we had earlier today. The critics, the talkers, and the doers. So we gotta start helping you understand that the compensation plan is driven by the doers. Okay, so and it takes work. You're gonna have to build your list of critics, talkers to find the doers. It's
Wow.
it's a hard thing to work with at the beginning, but when you understand the numbers and you start making the calls, you're gonna hear people say, "I've been looking for something like this. I've been looking for something like this," but you have to learn to overcome the law of large numbers. Okay. So now, what you just talked about earlier today. So, see, if you have two people that are enrolled every single day as a three-star executive director, you're going to generate what? That's 60 enrollments a month,
Yep.
$60 per day, in addition to your $50 residual income. So by two new enrollments, you got your residual income paying you 50 plus 60. That day, you made 100 and what is it? 160 plus 50,
Yeah,
$110, right?
exactly.
$110. 50 guarantee and 2 for enrollments
Yep.
on your team. Look at these numbers.
It's
5 enrollments, huh?
I mean, it's really insane when you look at these numbers right here. So again, and what you're showing, you're talking 5 enrollments per day, right? And that's 150 QMDs per month. At a three-star executive, you're making $30 on each one of those persons. That's every single day. That's 150 a day. Do that for a month, and you're at $4,500 over and above the guaranteed $50 a day, $1,500 a month. So you actually have the ability to make more in bonus money than you do the daily guarantee.
And that's going to rank you up for sure, right there. Numbers like that will rank you up really quick from $50 a day to 100, from $100 per day guaranteed residual income to 150, from $150 in residual income to 200 and plus. That's the
Exactly.
objective, the takeoff. Now look at these numbers right here. 10 a day, 300 people a month, $300 per day, in addition to the $50 a day, $9,000 a month in bonuses, and you're generating $1,500 in residual income, about $9,000 in bonuses. On top of the $300 weekly bonus every time 6 new people enroll. Oh my
There
God.
you go.
Wow. We're almost done, ladies and gentlemen, but this is exciting. We want you to think big. Why? Because you're going to build your list so big. See, when you think big, you don't build small list. You build a gigantic list to have enough leverage to be able to find the good people that you're looking for on your team. So break this down, Dr. Dito Parker.
Okay, so we're at a 5-star regional director position now. So the bonus is $100 for everybody that joins your organization, whether you sponsored them or not. But you sponsored this person, so you've made the $50, but you pick up another $100. So you now made $150 for everyone that you sponsored. But look at what happens. Look at the people around you that you are sponsoring. You're now picking up an additional $100 for everybody that joins your organization that stands between you and the rank of regional director. 100, 100, 100, 100. You're making 150 on everybody you personally sponsor, but as your team begins to grow, $100 on everybody that joins your organization. We showed you how big the numbers can be at the other level, only at a 3-star, but you're talking regional director now at $100 a pop for everybody that joins your organization. What happens when 10 people, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200 people join your organization times 100? This gets insane. I mean, look, Fernando, this is why I continue to say and drive the point home that this is the best part of MWR. If you took away everything else we do, all the great services that we offer, and we focus only for a moment on the compensation plan, you get enough people seeing what you and I are seeing and understanding this, you could conquer the world, my friend. I mean, you could generate ridiculous amounts of money. Not just you, but everyone that you brought along with you, if they saw it. This is the best part. There's no compensation plan in this industry that can compare to what we're doing. The kind of money that these guys are putting on the table. You just need a handful of like-minded individuals that see it.
Dr. G.W. Parker, a 5-star regional director, is already generating $1,000 a day in residual income.
Yep.
That's $30,000 a month, and I'm still getting paid all this on top of that. All
All of
this
that.
on top of that. And I say I'm talking about you, ladies and gentlemen. Don't misjudge what I just said. I means you. Okay, because if you see it the way Dr. G.W. Parker sees it, the way I see it, it's unheard of. I've been in this industry 31 years. I've never made a secure daily guarantee income, and this company gives it to you. And on top of that, it gives you all these bonuses to build your compensation plan. This is incredible. So we got a couple of more slides, ladies and gentlemen. But see, the company just is pouring so much money into us. And some people might say, but Fernando, all you talk about is money on Tuesday nights when you train with Dr. G.W. Parker. You don't train about products and services. Let me ask you a question. Why do people need our products and services, especially credit restoration, debt elimination, lowering your bills? Is because they need to make more money. See, you want to get rid of all the headaches, I guarantee you. When you have this in your bank account, you're going to talk about it all day, every single day, and you're going to help a bunch of people. along the way. Dr. G.W. Parker, talk about now
I,
the Fundable 360.
Listen, I agree with you fully, seriously, because if you had enough money, you could eliminate those problems quite quickly, right? So let's show you how to get to the money. But here's more money on the table. We talked about the Fundable 360 platform that MWR has created and how it's such a big, big advantage for business owners who need an infusion of cash. We've got the ability to help those business owners, but we're going to get paid to refer the platform. When a business owner says, okay, I'm in, I want to do the Fundable 360, MWR pays you $400. Now, keep in mind, you're building a team. We showed you the structure. You've got those three people, and they're building their teams. Out of those people that you personally sponsor, you now get a 100% check match on every Fundable 360 deal that they do or that they offer to a business owner, and that business owner says, I'm in. Not only do they make $400, but you get a 100% check match, you make another $400. But it doesn't stop there. The business funding has also now included our legacy bonuses. We showed it to you on the other side, where you're making $30 to up to $150 for everybody that joins your organization. For every one of those deals that's done, you're making anywhere between $30 to $150, depending on where you're ranked. Fernando, they don't seem to quit putting money on the table. This is fuel to the fire. Everything we do, everything we touch, every product we represent, you now have the ability to get paid on it. And here's the insane part. I'm not an expert in business funding. I'm not a CPA, a financial planner. I don't know how to do credit repair. Don't need to know any of those things. The experts do all the work. All I'm doing is bringing people to the table to give them something that we know they need. The issue is finances. So we bring the solution to the problem that 98% of the people in this country have, and you get paid a ridiculous amount of money to do it.
We get paid to bring the people. That's it. We get paid to bring the people and let the experts do all the heavy lifting for us. Simple as that. It's a simple business. Okay, now this starts to make sense, ladies and gentlemen, right here. See, when you already have enough money set aside, now you can start working on your legacy. So by working on your legacy, now this services like diversified cash flow, private reserve account, land banking, precious metals, trust my assets, fundable 360, you're going to have a business credit. You're going to have a business that pays you so much money now that you want to diversify your entire portfolio. See, that's why we leave this for last, because if you're not making any money, what are you thinking about? Oh, I got to pay my debt. I got to pay my bills. I got to fix my credit. So this right here is not at the entry level. The entry level for most people is I got to pay my debt. I got to pay my bills. I got to reduce my taxes. That's why we start with that. But at the end of the day, this is the dream right here. The compensation plan, now you can divide the rate of return that the compensation plan is paying you in all these services right here, Dr. G.W. Parker.
It's insane. I mean, really. And what we're doing as it relates to all the money that's on the table. So now that we got all this money, what do? We put this money to work. And we're going to give you the ability to have access to strategies that wealthy people use every single day. Self-banking. I mean, you heard Fernando talk about it. Think about the fact now that you have a place to put that money, and that money can start making money for you. And Fernando, you and I can go and lay out on the beaches of the world while our money makes money. Time freedom, total time freedom. Do whatever you want, whenever you want, for as long as you want. Buy a one-way ticket. Who cares when you come back? It's not like you got a job to go to. I mean, you want to fund your kids' college. You want to, assist your daughter in going into business for herself. You've got the financial means to do those kinds of things. You want to give to your favorite charity. Yeah, I mean, you want to make an impact in your community. What do you want to do? And many of us already know the things that we would want to do if we had the money. So let's get the money so that we can get on with the good work that's in your heart. Those things that you really, really are moved by. What difference do you want to make? I'd like to see our audience participate and just share with us what if you had money more than you could spend, and money was not an objective at all. It wasn't an issue. What would you do? What difference would you make? What is some of the good work that you would do? Would you open a homeless shelter, a daycare? Would you create projects that would allow kids to have scholarships to go to school? And what is it that you really want to do? What's on your heart? And if you had the money, you'd be doing it to make a difference in people's lives. What would that thing be?
If
We
you ask
already
me,
know
Dr.
the
Gita,
answer. We already
yeah,
know what it is. The only reason we're not already doing it because we don't have the financial means to do it. So this is what this is about for us. We're going to create the financial means so that we can not only create the lives for ourselves, but we can have an impact on the lives of so many other people.
you just touched my heart, Dr. G.W. Parker. So I think about my reasons why. And I know that
Wow.
everybody right now, if you guys are feeling the way I'm feeling right now after what Dr. G.W. Parker just alluded to, I think about my kids,
Yeah.
I think about my grandbabies, and
Yes.
then I think about my parents, I think about my brothers, I think about everyone in my circle, right? Family
Yeah.
circle. There has to always be someone which is the go-to person.
Right.
When you become the go-to person of your family, right? And now you start to make an impact in your church, you start to make an impact on a foundation, you start to make an impact everywhere. You become the go-to person for everything. See, Dr. G.W. Parker, as you alluded to earlier today, you said it's not about the money. It's about this, what you just
Yeah.
talked about, so we can wrap up with energy and accept the fact that there's going to be a bunch of critics.
Yeah.
There's going to be some talkers. There's going to be the few doers you're looking for. I guarantee you, when you talk to the doers, they're gonna feel that you're talking to their heart, and they're gonna go at it with you nonstop. They're gonna have sleepless nights to build it. They're gonna work with critics too, talkers, but they're gonna find their doers too. The doers are the ones that really are that they're focusing on their mission. No matter how long it takes to build it, as long as you know you're working your list of contacts every single day, you're getting closer to finding the doers. All right. So, Dr. G.W. Parker, wrap this up for us, please, because honest truth, I need my mentor, which you are our mentor, to promise to us. What do you
Absolutely,
promise
sir.
to us, Dr. G.W. Parker?
Here's what we promise and what MWR promises. One, my promise to you. I promise to create an atmosphere for you to win. I promise to never take credit for your success. I promise to never take credit for your failure. I promise that regardless of our friendship, I will always go by the book. That way, neither of us get in any trouble. All right. Now, here's the MWR promise. You stand on my promise because I'm standing on MWR's promise. And what is their promise? To be a company that you can be proud of, to be there to help you succeed, to treat you with respect and integrity, to provide you with a chance to become financially independent. Guys, that's strong as thunder right there. And we stand on this. Fernando Ramirez and Martha showed up 3 years ago and planted their flag here, and they're standing on it. They're winning. We're winning. So many people are winning. And that's the beauty of what we've got. We've got a real chance to do something great in our own lives and the lives of others. It's difficult for me, Fernando, to help you if I can't first help myself, right? So I've got to get my financial life in order. Now I'm able to reach out and make a difference. You talked about your parents, your brothers, your children. Those things move me. And that's a worthwhile cause. That's the why. This is why we do it.
Exactly. And I know that everyone else has their heart in their hands right now, thinking about exactly, the reason why they're doing this business. That's why we got to come together, ladies and gentlemen, and we gotta be proud and thankful for the agenda that the leadership group provides every single week. It's not an easy task, but it is our responsibility to be able to keep you in alignment to your goals, to your dreams. And Dr. G.W. Parker, it was an honor to be with you here tonight. You Batman, I'm Robin, man. We got a job done together. We made this happen tonight for our team, and our team made it happen for us too, because your support and your energy, being surrounded with our energy, we can definitely dominate the world. So I'm gonna open up the microphones and the cameras. If anybody has anything to say that you want to share before we leave, and tomorrow, by the way, before we go to the to the wrap up, we have an event. We have a special event tomorrow night, as always, Wednesday night. Dr. G.W. Parker. I guess Eric Wilner's not going to be around tomorrow, right?
Um, um, oh, matter of fact, listen. Oh, yes. Eric will not be there. Fernando, please join me on the platform. But guys, guess where Eric is going to be? Eric's flying to Europe. You want time freedom? You want the ability to do whatever you want for as long as you want. He's flying to Europe. I want to go
Wow.
with him. So, guys, I mean, that's what we do here. And that's what this is about. It's about freedom. You hear us talk about it. We're not just
Yep,
talking about it, we're doing it. And that's where our
exactly.
partner will be this coming week. What's a beautiful
Well,
thing?
well, Dr. G.W. Parker, I'll stand by your side tomorrow. We're gonna do exactly what we did tonight with our, our conversation, MWR conversation, and we're all in. But ladies and gentlemen, look, support the growth, work your list today. Understand, you're gonna find a lot of critics, you're gonna find a lot of talkers, but all you need to bring tomorrow is those doers. I want you to open up your heart on every conversation that you have and let everyone know how excited you are about who we are. Inject that energy, make them curious, make them come tomorrow. And I guarantee you, you bring two people, we can double, triple the numbers tomorrow, and we can have a great night. So, Dr. G.W. Parker, anyone has anything that you want to add before we leave? Raise your hand, share something that you're taking with you tonight. Feel free to do so. I guess
Guys,
everybody's
well,
taking
I mean,
notes.
your mics are open, and also you have the ability to open your camera. But I want to hear about your dreams. Let's take them off the shelf. Let's make them real. Many people have given up on those dreams they had. That idea that you had, in your heart 20 years ago. Just because you haven't accomplished it yet doesn't mean it won't happen. You can't give up on it. Let's hear about your dreams. What do you really want to do? What difference do you want to make? What impact do you want to have? Talk about it. Talk about it publicly. Claim it. Let us support
Yes.
you in it.
Let the universe hear you because the universe is watching you and
Yes.
everything you throw out comes back to you. So throw out big things, big dreams, and I guarantee you, you're gonna find those big dreamers like you, like
Robert
Elisa.
Clay's
She
got
opened up
one.
her mic.
Alicia, go ahead, please.
Oh,
She's one. She's one of
good
them.
evening, Dr. Parker and Fernando. Thank you so much. For me, this training it's great. It's like I hear it for the first time. Every time I hear this compensation plan, everything that we have in our hands, it's like, okay, if I have to start all over again, I will do it because I know for sure that I am in the right place with the right people, with the right owner, with the right leaders. I'm very proud to be part of this team. I'm so proud to be part of it. I'm learning a lot every day, every call, every thing that I do, every Zoom, every text that I send, everything I do, it's great. I'm learning a lot, and I know for sure that we are going to have a great result. $15,000 per day. We are going to make it happen. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you, Elisa. Telling you, we got visionaries here. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I see
Dr.
Robert Clay.
Parker.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I was hoping you would come. But listen, Fernando, this man has an incredible vision, and you want to talk about the dream. It's real. Some of the things Robert and I talked about, and he's held within his heart, and he's going to make it happen. And he's using MWR as a vehicle. Robert, if you can share with our audience, what you envision, what you want to do on behalf of your mother.
oh man, it's been a blessing. Let me tell you, y'all did an awesome training as always. Listen, my vision, listen, the dog get excited when I start talking. But my vision is to build battered women in order in my mother's name. I've been working on this vision for 30 years and it's starting to come to fruition. Just to be able, she was battered to her death, but now we're in position where we're going to start opening up those shelters, Dr. Parker. We're going to start out a house and move to an actual shelter. But as I just left my family reunion down in Virginia, and I had a new added vision, I came with it up on the spot as I was doing the spiritual program for my first family reunion. But when I started talking about the reunion and some of the things we gonna do, one of the things I talked about was having scholarships for the kids in our family. and it's going to be funded by MWR. These scholarships, some of my business partners, along with the battered women's shelters, and I'm committed to them of, teaching kids. They're a winner, they're a champion, but we're going to put our financial means behind it and create scholarships for our family reunion. So that was added to my vision, Dr. Parker, since my family reunion last month. So I'm blessed. I'm excited. I see the power of MWR. I've been in this industry 30 years. I've never seen a compensation plan like this, and I am in until we all win.
We love it, Robert. We love it. Guys, I mean
Wow.
that's heavy, in honor of his late mother. He wants to build battered women's shelters. And Robert, as we grow together and we all get our positions where we need to get our lives, our financial lives where we need to be, you can count on me and Fernando and many others to support
Yes.
you in that endeavor. We want to be a part of that because we know the impact that it will have and the difference that it would make. Well needed. I'm loving this, man. You guys have got to start. We've got to start sharing our dreams again. But you want to be
Exactly.
selective as to who you tell the story to, and that you're in the right place because we all believe what you believe. We're going to rally
Exactly.
behind you. We're not going to say that's too far fetched or you can't achieve that. No, you got cheerleaders here. We believe it. You share the vision with us, and we're going to support you. We're going to root for you. We're going to cheer for you, and we're going to be there to assist you in any way that we can.
That's the reason why we're here. See, when you spread the word and you share your dreams become our dreams because MWR it's our family. We're
Yeah.
here to support one another, but in order for us to really build our missions, we really got to spread the word. We
Yeah.
got to go out there and fearlessly talk to people about what we have, and it starts by packing the event tomorrow. So let's triple the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do whatever we can to be able to support the growth. Let's get other people on board because there are people out there praying, waiting to hear from you. But you got to learn to overcome the critics, the talkers, to get to the doers. All right, Dr. G. W. Parker. Good night, everyone. We'll see you all tomorrow, and we'll see you at the top and at the beaches of the world. Bye,
I'm loving it.
Cassandra.
Good night.
Bye,
Get
Miguelina.
excited, guys,
Good
and stay
night.
broke forever.
Yes, get excited or stay broke
Good night.
forever.
Thank
Don't
you.
forget to purchase the book. Bye.
Good night, guys. Great
Good
presentation.
night, Cassandra.
Yes.
Bye-bye. Where's Slim? Hey, buddy.